You will be rich when you understand these 5 things. Becoming rich isn't just about money. It's about mastering the mindset, principles, and habits that create wealth. Take it from those of us who've built fortunes from nothing. Wealth begins in your mind and grows with your actions. Let me share 5 game-changing truths that transformed my life and the lives of countless others. 1. Your time is your most valuable asset. Time is the great equalizer. Whether you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, a struggling entrepreneur, or someone just starting out in life, you have the same 24 hours in a day. The way you use those hours determines your destiny. As someone who has walked the road from nothing to wealth, let me tell you, mastering your time is not optional. It's the cornerstone of success. When you understand that your time is your most valuable asset, your life will transform. Let me break this down for you and show you how billionaires, millionaires, and high achievers view and leverage time to create unparalleled wealth and success. The currency of time. Think about this. You can lose money and earn it back. You can rebuild a career, restart a business, or even recover from failure. But once time is spent, it's gone forever. That's why successful people treat their time like gold. They understand that every second wasted is a second stolen from their dreams. Jeff Bezos, one of the wealthiest individuals in the world, once said, "I choose to focus on what moves the needle." Bezos didn't waste time micromanaging Amazon's daily operations. Instead, he focused on high-impact decisions that shaped the future of his company. He delegated tasks to capable teams, allowing him to concentrate on scaling Amazon into a trillion-dollar empire. Start seeing time as your most limited resource. When you protect your time fiercely, you'll start making decisions that align with your long-term vision. The opportunity cost of time mismanagement. Every choice you make about how to spend your time has an opportunity cost. When you spend hours scrolling social media, binge-watching shows, or procrastinating, you're sacrificing the chance to build your future. The wealthiest people understand this trade-off and refuse to spend time on activities that don't align with their goals. Consider Elon Musk, who famously splits his time between managing Tesla, SpaceX, and several other ventures. Musk doesn't waste hours on trivial matters. He schedules his day in 5-minute increments to maximize productivity. While this may sound extreme, it's a testament to his understanding of opportunity cost. Every minute counts. Actionable tip: create a daily schedule and track your activities. Identify where you're wasting time and redirect it toward activities that generate value, whether that's learning a new skill, building a business, or strengthening your network. Stop trading time for money. One of the biggest traps people fall into is trading time for money. Whether it's a 9 to 5 job or hourly consulting, you're exchanging your most precious resource, time, for income. The problem? There's a ceiling to how much you can earn because your time is limited. Wealthy individuals break free from this model by creating systems, businesses, or investments that generate income without their constant involvement. Think about Bill Gates. He didn't achieve his wealth by working 40 hours a week. He built Microsoft, a system that scaled globally and generated revenue while he slept. Today, Gates earns millions from investments and dividends, even though he's no longer involved in day-to-day operations. Start asking yourself, how can I create something that works for me, even when I'm not working? This could be an online business, real estate, or stock investments. The goal is to transition from earning actively to earning passively. Leverage, not effort. Successful people use leverage to multiply their time. Leverage comes in many forms: technology, people, money, and systems. By leveraging these resources, they achieve far more than they could on their own. Oprah Winfrey built her empire by leveraging her team, her platform, and her brand. Instead of trying to do everything herself, she focused on her strengths: hosting, storytelling, and inspiring others. The result? A multi-billion-dollar media empire. How to apply leverage? Delegate tasks. Hire people to handle tasks that don't require your unique skills. Use technology. Automate repetitive tasks like scheduling, emailing, or data entry. Invest in assets. Put your money into investments that grow over time, like stocks, businesses, or real estate. The compound effect of time management. Small, consistent actions compounded over time create extraordinary results. This principle applies to time as much as it does to money. If you dedicate just 1 hour a day to learning a new skill, building a business, or working on a passion project, imagine where you'll be in a year. Now, multiply that by 5 years or 10 years. That's the power of time management. J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter while working full-time as a single mother. She didn't have large blocks of free time, but she made the most of the time she did have. By consistently dedicating herself to writing, she created a billion-dollar franchise that changed her life forever. You don't need perfect conditions to start. Use whatever time you have, and let consistency compound your efforts into life-changing results. The danger of saying yes too often. One of the most profound lessons I've learned is the power of saying no. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else, often your dreams, goals, or priorities. High achievers are ruthless about protecting their time by saying no to anything that doesn't align with their vision. Steve Jobs was a master of focus. He famously said, "Innovation is saying no to 1.000 things." Jobs didn't try to do everything. Instead, he concentrated on creating groundbreaking products like the iPhone, which revolutionized the tech industry. Takeaway: review your commitments. Are you saying yes to things that drain your energy and time? Start prioritizing activities that move you closer to your goals. Living with intentionality. The ultimate key to mastering your time is living with intention. Wealthy individuals don't let life happen to them. They take control of their time and use it to design the life they want. This requires clarity about your goals, discipline in your actions, and a willingness to make sacrifices. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's daily routine reflects intentionality. He wakes up at 4 a.m. to work out, dedicates time to his business ventures, and spends quality time with his family. Every hour of his day aligns with his priorities, which is why he's a global icon and successful entrepreneur. Your action plan. Set clear goals. Define what success looks like for you. Create a time budget. Allocate your hours to activities that matter most. Eliminate distractions. Minimize time wasters like social media or unproductive habits. The ultimate lesson: time is life. When you truly value your time, you're valuing your life. Every moment is an opportunity to grow, create, and achieve. The richest people in the world didn't get there by accident. They mastered their time and used it to build their dreams. Now it's your turn. Reflect on how you're spending your time today. Are you using it to build the life you want? If this message resonated with you, subscribe to this channel for more insights and strategies that will change your life. Remember, your time is your most valuable asset. Start treating it like one. The clock is ticking. 2. Learn to solve problems. The golden rule of wealth creation. One of the most powerful truths I've learned in my journey to wealth is this: money flows to those who solve problems. It's a universal principle, a law of life that every self-made millionaire and billionaire understands deeply. If you want to create lasting wealth, you need to train your mind to see problems not as obstacles, but as opportunities. The bigger the problem you solve, the more value you create, and the more money you make. Let me take you deeper into this principle, breaking it down into actionable insights and inspiring you with real-life examples of people who transformed the world and their bank accounts by solving problems. Why problems are opportunities in disguise. Every day, millions of people wake up with problems, unmet needs, inefficiencies, frustrations, or desires. Each one of these represents a gap in the market, a chance for someone to step in and provide a solution. Here's the thing: people are willing to pay a premium for solutions that make their lives easier, better, or more enjoyable. Take Airbnb, for example. The founders noticed a simple problem. Travelers wanted affordable and unique lodging, and homeowners had extra space they weren't using. They connected these two groups through a platform, and the rest is history. Airbnb didn't just solve a problem, they created a whole new market, now valued at over $100 billion. Step 1. Train yourself to identify problems. To solve problems, you first need to recognize them. Most people walk through life blind to the opportunities around them. But successful entrepreneurs train their minds to notice inefficiencies, gaps, and unmet needs. Start by observing the world around you. Ask yourself, what annoys people the most in their daily lives? What could be done faster, cheaper, or more efficiently? What's a common complaint or frustration in your community or industry? Howard Schultz noticed a gap in how Americans consumed coffee. While traveling in Italy, he saw that coffee shops were more than just places to grab a drink. They were social hubs. Schultz brought this idea back to the US and turned Starbucks into a cultural phenomenon. Today, Starbucks generates billions in annual revenue, all because Schultz identified an unmet need. Step 2. Focus on adding value. Solving problems isn't just about making money. It's about adding value. When you create a solution that genuinely improves lives, wealth naturally follows. The key is to put the customer first and think about their pain points. Elon Musk is a master at this. Whether it's creating electric cars with Tesla or making space travel more affordable with SpaceX, his companies focus on solving monumental challenges. Musk didn't start with, "How can I get rich?" He started with, "How can I make the world better?" Ironically, by doing so, he became one of the wealthiest people alive. Actionable insight. Think about your own skills and passions. How can you use them to solve problems in a way that adds real value? Maybe you're a tech genius who can streamline business processes. Or maybe you're a creative thinker who can design products that make everyday tasks easier. Step 3. Start small. Think big. Not every problem you solve needs to be a billion-dollar idea at first. Some of the world's biggest companies started by solving small, specific problems. The key is to start where you are and scale over time. Spanx founder Sarah Blakely didn't set out to revolutionize the fashion industry overnight. She simply wanted a comfortable undergarment that smoothed out her clothes without visible panty lines. That small problem turned into a billion-dollar solution. Blakely started by selling her product to friends. And today, Spanx is a global empire. Step 4. Don't be afraid of competition. Here's a secret most people don't realize. Competition is a good thing. If others are already solving a problem, it means there's demand. Your job is to do it better, faster, or cheaper. Uber didn't invent ride-sharing. They perfected it. Netflix didn't invent video rentals. They redefined it. Both companies took an existing concept and solved additional problems, like convenience and accessibility, to dominate their markets. Pro tip: study your competitors closely. What are they missing? What can you improve? Your unique angle could be the key to standing out. Step 5. Persevere through setbacks. Here's the hard truth. Not every solution will succeed immediately. You might face setbacks, failures, or criticism. The difference between those who make it and those who don't? Perseverance. Thomas Edison famously failed over 1.000 times before inventing the light bulb. He didn't view those failures as wasted effort. He saw them as steps closer to success. Edison solved a massive problem, creating a reliable source of artificial light, and in doing so, changed the course of human history. The lesson? Every failure teaches you something. Use it to refine your solution and keep moving forward. Step 6. Scale your solutions. Once you've solved a problem successfully, think about how you can scale your solution to reach more people. Can you automate it? License it? Expand to new markets? Scaling is how you turn a small idea into massive wealth. Amazon started as an online bookstore. Jeff Bezos solved a simple problem: how to make books more accessible. Once that problem was solved, he scaled Amazon into the e-commerce giant it is today, offering everything from groceries to cloud computing services. The final takeaway: wealth follows problem solvers. At the end of the day, the secret to wealth is simple: solve problems that matter. When you focus on making life better for others, the money follows naturally. Start small, stay persistent, and keep scaling your solutions. You don't need to be a genius or have $1 million to start. All you need is the willingness to look at the world through a problem solver's lens. Remember, every product, service, or innovation you see today started with one person asking, "How can I make this better?" 3. Your network is your net worth. If there's one lesson I've learned in my journey to wealth, it's this: Success is never a solo endeavor. The myth of the self-made billionaire is just that, a myth. Behind every successful person is a web of connections, mentors, partners, and allies who've played pivotal roles in their growth. Your network is your net worth isn't just a catchy phrase. It's the foundation of sustainable success. Let me explain why, and more importantly, how you can start building your own powerful network today. Why your network determines your net worth. Think of your network as a bridge. Without the right connections, your journey to wealth is like trying to cross a vast river without any support. With the right people, however, that bridge becomes a superhighway to opportunities, knowledge, and resources you never imagined possible. Let's break it down into key reasons why your network is crucial. Opportunities are hidden in relationships. The most lucrative opportunities in life often aren't advertised. They're shared in private conversations, offered to trusted friends, or brought to the table by someone who believes in your potential. Your network becomes the gateway to those hidden opportunities. Mark Zuckerberg didn't create Facebook alone. His college roommate and co-founder, Eduardo Saverin, helped with the initial funding. Later, Sheryl Sandberg's leadership transformed Facebook into the global empire it is today. Without these key relationships, Zuckerberg might still be a bright mind in Silicon Valley instead of one of the world's richest people. Your network expands your knowledge. No one knows everything, and the best entrepreneurs understand this. Surrounding yourself with smart, capable people gives you access to diverse perspectives, wisdom, and skills that can accelerate your growth. Steve Jobs often credited the people around him for pushing him to think differently. When he returned to Apple, his partnership with designer Johnny Ive revolutionized the tech industry, resulting in the iPhone, iPad, and MacBook, products that changed the world. The power of influence. Wealth and success often come from influence. Who knows you, trusts you, and respects you. When someone in your network vouches for you, doors open. People are more likely to invest in you, collaborate with you, or offer you opportunities when someone they trust gives their stamp of approval. Oprah Winfrey's rise to fame was supported by her connections with influential producers, mentors, and peers who recognized her talent and believed in her vision. Today, her influence extends far beyond media, all because she nurtured a network of people who trusted her capabilities. Emotional and strategic support. The road to wealth is challenging, filled with setbacks and tough decisions. Having a strong network provides not just practical help, but also emotional support. When times get tough, your network becomes your safety net, a group of people who offer guidance, encouragement, and solutions. Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group, often talks about how his inner circle of friends, family, and trusted advisors helped him through business challenges. Their input allowed him to see opportunities he might have missed on his own. How to build a high-value network. Now that you understand why your network is essential, let's dive into the how. Building a high-value network isn't about collecting business cards or adding connections on LinkedIn. It's about creating genuine, meaningful relationships that bring value to both sides. Add value first. The fastest way to build strong relationships is to give before you ask. What can you offer to others? It might be your expertise, your time, or simply your willingness to listen and support. When you give without expecting anything in return, people naturally want to reciprocate. Gary Vaynerchuk often talks about how he spent years creating free content and helping others before asking for anything. Today, his vast network of loyal followers and business partners is a testament to his philosophy of giving first. Surround yourself with people smarter than you. Never be the smartest person in the room. Seek out people who challenge you, inspire you, and force you to grow. Attend industry events, join mastermind groups, or even pay for mentorship if necessary. The investment will pay off tenfold. Elon Musk built SpaceX and Tesla not because he knew everything about rockets or cars, but because he surrounded himself with world-class engineers, scientists, and thinkers who brought his visions to life. Nurture relationships consistently. Building a network isn't about one-off interactions. It's about ongoing relationships. Stay in touch, celebrate others' successes, and show up when they need you. A consistent presence builds trust, and deepens connections. Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, is often called the master of relationships. He believes in staying connected with people over decades, which is how he became one of the most influential figures in Silicon Valley. Be authentic. People can sense when you're being fake. Be genuine in your interactions, and focus on building relationships with people you genuinely admire and respect. Authenticity creates lasting bonds. Oprah Winfrey's authenticity has been a cornerstone of her success. Her genuine curiosity and compassion have built a network of friends, collaborators, and fans who deeply trust her. Leverage social media wisely. In today's world, social media is a powerful tool for building and maintaining a network. Use platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, or Instagram to share your expertise, engage with others, and connect with people in your field. Naval Ravikant, an entrepreneur and investor, has built a massive following on Twitter by sharing insights on wealth, happiness, and life. His online presence has expanded his network far beyond traditional boundaries. A real-life transformation. How networking changed my life. Let me share a personal story. When I was starting out, I thought hard work alone would get me to the top, but I kept hitting roadblocks. One day, a mentor told me, "Your network is your shortcut." I started attending events, reaching out to people I admired, and offering value wherever I could. One relationship stood out, a successful entrepreneur who believed in my vision. He introduced me to investors, shared his own strategies, and even became a business partner. That one connection transformed my life. Today, I make it a priority to nurture my network because I know its power. The lesson: invest in people, not just stocks. At the end of the day, wealth isn't just about money. It's about the relationships you build along the way. Your network can inspire you, challenge you, and connect you to opportunities that money can't buy. Start investing in people today, and watch how your life transforms. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. Surround yourself with greatness, and greatness will follow. 4. Master the art of patience, the untold secret of wealth and success. In a world obsessed with speed, fast money, instant gratification, overnight success, there's one lesson that the truly wealthy understand better than anyone else. Patience is power. Patience isn't just waiting for something to happen. It's a deliberate, strategic choice to endure, adapt, and build something extraordinary over time. It's the cornerstone of lasting wealth and meaningful success. Let me share the wisdom that has been passed down by those who have built empires. Understand this, and your life will never be the same. The illusion of overnight success. We're bombarded with stories of overnight millionaires. The media loves to highlight the young entrepreneur who sold their startup for billions, or the social media influencer who went viral. What they don't tell you is the years, often decades, of hard work, failures, and learning that went into that overnight success. Take Jeff Bezos, for example. Today, he's one of the richest people in the world, but Amazon wasn't built in a year. In fact, Amazon didn't turn a profit for nearly a decade after it was founded in 1994. During those early years, Bezos faced criticism, skepticism, and relentless pressure. But he understood something that most don't. True success takes time. The question is, do you have the patience to endure the process? Patience isn't passive, it's active. There's a misconception that patience means sitting idly, waiting for good things to happen. Nothing could be further from the truth. Patience is an active, intentional process. It's about working hard every single day, even when the results aren't immediate. Imagine planting a tree. You water it daily, protect it from pests, and make sure it gets sunlight. For months, maybe years, there's no visible growth, but underground, the roots are spreading, laying the foundation for the tree to grow strong and tall. One day, seemingly out of nowhere, it bursts forth. That's how wealth works. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, spent years refining her product and pitching her idea before anyone believed in her. She stayed patient, invested in herself, and trusted the process. Today, she's a billionaire. Why patience leads to wealth. Compound growth works in your favor. One of the greatest examples of patience paying off is the power of compounding. Whether in investments, skills, or relationships, the longer you stick with something, the more it multiplies. Warren Buffett, often called the Oracle of Omaha, started investing at the age of 11. His net worth today is over $100 billion, but 99% of that wealth came after he turned 50. Why? Because compounding takes time. Imagine this. If you invest $10,000 at an 8% annual return, in 10 years, it becomes $21.589. In 20 years, it grows to $46.610. In 40 years, $217.245. The difference is time. It builds resilience. The path to success is filled with setbacks. Those who succeed aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who persist through it. Patience allows you to keep going, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Colonel Harlan Sanders, the founder of KFC, was rejected over 1.000 times before someone agreed to franchise his chicken recipe. He was 62 years old when his dream took off. It gives you clarity. Patience allows you to focus on the long term. Too many people chase quick wins and end up losing sight of their ultimate goals. The wealthiest individuals think in decades, not days. They understand that rushing often leads to mistakes and missed opportunities. Elon Musk worked on Tesla for nearly 20 years before it became profitable. During that time, he endured financial crises, product delays, and public skepticism. Today, Tesla is one of the most valuable companies in the world. How to develop patience. Set long-term goals. Stop thinking about where you'll be next month. Start thinking about where you want to be in 10 or 20 years. Break that vision into smaller, actionable steps and commit to them daily. Embrace the process. Fall in love with the journey, not just the destination. Every failure is a lesson, and every small win is a step closer to your goal. Practice gratitude. Patience is easier when you appreciate what you already have. Gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, making the wait more bearable. Surround yourself with the right people. Being around impatient, short-sighted individuals will drain your energy. Surround yourself with people who think big and understand the value of delayed gratification. Patience in action, a real-life story. Let me share the story of Howard Schultz, the man behind Starbucks. Schultz didn't invent coffee, but he had a vision to bring the Italian coffeehouse experience to the United States. When he pitched his idea to investors, he was rejected over 200 times. Undeterred, Schultz spent years perfecting his concept, traveling, learning, and building. His patience paid off. Today, Starbucks is a global empire with over 35,000 locations worldwide. Schultz himself is worth billions. The final lesson: patience is a wealth multiplier. The greatest empires aren't built overnight. The strongest relationships aren't formed in a day. The most meaningful successes aren't instant. If you want to create something that lasts, you must master the art of patience. Every decision you make today is a seed for tomorrow. Will you water it, nurture it, and give it the time it needs to grow? Or will you dig it up, looking for quick results, and destroy its potential? Remember, the best things in life take time. If you're willing to wait and work, you'll achieve more than you ever thought possible. 5. Failure is your greatest teacher. The billionaire's secret to success. If there's one truth about success that most people shy away from, it's this: failure is not the enemy. It's the greatest teacher you will ever have. Let me share something personal. No matter how wealthy or accomplished someone appears, behind every triumph lies a story of setbacks, rejection, and hard lessons learned. When I look back at my journey to wealth, I see one defining pattern. Every failure taught me something I couldn't have learned otherwise. If you want to be rich, not just financially, but in wisdom, resilience, and purpose, you must embrace failure as a vital part of the process. Failure redefines your limits. Most people are terrified of failure because they think it defines them. In reality, failure redefines what's possible. It strips away the false belief that you can't improve and forces you to grow. Think about Elon Musk. His early ventures, including Zip2, were fraught with challenges, but it was SpaceX that nearly broke him. After multiple failed rocket launches and millions of dollars lost, critics said he'd never succeed. Instead of giving up, Musk doubled down. He learned from the failures, adjusted his approach, and eventually launched a reusable rocket, a feat that revolutionized the aerospace industry. Failure isn't a stop sign. It's a recalibration. If Musk had given up after his first failed launch, SpaceX wouldn't exist today. Failure builds resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back stronger. Every failure toughens your spirit and sharpens your resolve. Without failure, success feels hollow because you haven't earned it. Billionaires like Richard Branson thrive on risk, and risk, by definition, involves failure. Branson's Virgin brand is a global powerhouse. But did you know he's launched over 400 companies, many of which failed spectacularly? Virgin Cola was crushed by Coca-Cola. Virgin Brides didn't even get off the ground. Still, Branson doesn't see failure as a loss. To him, it's a stepping stone. Each failure added a new layer to his resilience, enabling him to tackle bigger challenges. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's built one failure at a time. The more you fail, the stronger you become. Failure teaches you what doesn't work. Thomas Edison famously said, "I didn't fail. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset separates those who succeed from those who quit. Each failure is a data point, a clue pointing you closer to the solution. Consider J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter became a global sensation, she was a single mother living on welfare. Her manuscript was rejected by 12 publishers. Most people would have stopped at rejection number 3 or 4. Rowling didn't. Each rejection taught her how to refine her story and persist. Today, she's one of the richest authors in the world. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's an essential part of the process. Learn from what doesn't work, and you'll discover what does. Failure separates the committed from the casual. Here's a hard truth. Most people don't have what it takes to succeed because they're not willing to endure failure. They want quick wins and easy money. But those who truly commit to their dreams see failure as a test of their resolve. Take Steve Jobs. When he was fired from Apple, the company he co-founded, he didn't give up on his vision. Instead, he founded Next and invested in Pixar. Both ventures faced countless obstacles, but Jobs learned from them. When he eventually returned to Apple, he used those hard-earned lessons to transform the company into the most valuable brand in the world. Failure weeds out the uncommitted. If you truly believe in your vision, no failure will stop you. Failure sparks innovation. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history were born from failure. Why? Because failure forces you to think differently. It challenges you to find solutions you never would have considered otherwise. Take the story of Post-it notes. In 1968, a scientist at 3M accidentally created a weak adhesive that didn't stick well. At first, it seemed like a failure. But years later, another scientist at 3M realized this failure could be used to create sticky notes that could be repositioned. Today, Post-it notes are a billion-dollar product. Failure often holds the seeds of innovation. Don't dismiss it, explore it. Failure builds empathy and perspective. When you've failed, you understand what it feels like to struggle. This empathy makes you a better leader, entrepreneur, and person. Failure humbles you and reminds you that success is never guaranteed. Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks, grew up in a poor housing complex and faced countless failures while building the Starbucks brand. His early struggles taught him the importance of treating employees with respect and dignity. This perspective shaped Starbucks culture and contributed to its global success. Failure grounds you. It reminds you to stay humble and empathetic as you climb. How to turn failure into a superpower. So, how do you make failure work for you? Here's a step-by-step approach. Acknowledge it. Don't run from failure. Admit it happened and analyze why. Extract the lesson. Every failure has a lesson. Ask yourself, what did I learn? Apply the lesson. Use what you've learned to improve your strategy. Keep going. Failure is only final if you stop trying. Persistence is the ultimate key to success. Celebrate progress. Even small wins after a failure are worth celebrating. They remind you that you're moving forward. The final lesson, embrace failure. Embrace success. Success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about mastering it. Every billionaire, millionaire, and game changer you admire has faced failure, and lots of it. They didn't let it break them. They let it build them. The next time you fail, remember this: you're not falling behind. You're leveling up. Failure isn't the end of your journey. It's a crucial part of your story. Embrace it, learn from it, and keep going. The final lesson: wealth starts with you. Wealth isn't about luck, inheritance, or a magic formula. It's about understanding these principles and applying them relentlessly. Take control of your time. Solve problems. Build meaningful connections. Stay patient and embrace failure. You'll be unstoppable. If you found this valuable, imagine what's coming next. Subscribe to this channel, and let's continue this journey together. Your future self will thank you. Let's build the life you deserve, starting today. Your success story is waiting. Will you write it?